For
Oh,
me, there are a couple things that I'm looking at. I would be looking at this area right here. So
mm,
this is kind of a major. Remember, this was your pivot low of 2021 before the second move up. So that's going to be really a lot of resistance. You have this level that we broke down on. So if we got back above this and held above 40,000, then I think you have to say the next run is probably in place for 100,000. And I think 100,000 to me is your next spot. And one
yeah.
of the things I'm looking at here is this trend line right here, right? So wherever this trend line is when Bitcoin gets up there, that to me would be the next
Mm.
resistance of the cycle, right? Connecting these high pivots here.
Popular technical analyst and veteran trader Gareth Soloway now has his eye on the $100,000 price target for Bitcoin. Over the past year, Soloway has expressed some bearish sentiments about Bitcoin, other top cryptocurrencies, and other asset classes, like stocks and crude oil. This was primarily due to the repressive influence of the macro environment, which has not been in a particularly good state since early last year. For 2023, Soloway's predictions for Bitcoin are in layers. First, the technical analyst expects a short retracement to possibly $9,000 to $12,000 for the leading crypto asset. But that's his short-term prediction for Bitcoin. Sometime within the first half of the year, he predicts that the asset will begin to show signs of recovery and break several resistance levels. The third layer of Soloway's prediction for the leading crypto asset is the proper beginning of a bull run, which he believes will easily see prices climb to $100,000 per coin. In a recent interview with the Crypto Factor, Soloway discusses his chart-based price predictions for Bitcoin, Ether, Polkadot, Avalanche, and other top crypto assets. He also discusses the current economic situation of the United States and how it could continue to influence asset prices in 2023. Before we listen to Gareth Soloway's interview, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Also, ensure you drop your comments and observations in the comments section below. Everything you do helps with the YouTube algorithm and immensely contributes to the channel's growth.
This is a huge week for markets overall, right? Like you said, Fed meeting on Wednesday. Thursday, we have Apple, Google, and Amazon all reporting earnings after the bell. And then Friday, we have the jobs data. So, I mean, this is one of those crazy weeks where it's going to get wild. The Fed decision is, needless to say, the most important one. They're going to raise by 25 basis points. That's not in question. It's all about what the commentary is going forward. You have this kind of sideways. Now the one negative here is that we had this attempted breakout on which occurred on a Sunday. Now, for everyone watching, never trust a crypto move that occurs on a weekend because you don't have volume there. You can see exactly what happened. Bitcoin had this nice run up, touched kind of 24,000. And then today markets are open, markets are selling, institutional volumes in there, whale volume, and it comes right back in. So I agree. I think your next stop is right here. You have this pivot low right here and this pivot high. So that's right around 25,000. So that would be, if we continue up, that would be your resistance point. I ultimately am still in the camp that the lows are not in on the crypto market. So I would be kind of in the camp of saying that at some point we will see a big rollover again. So just to go over kind of how I've positioned myself at this point is I still have a position long in Bitcoin, right? So the target on that is still 25,000 or so, this resistance level. I do have a position on Polkadot as well, DOT USD here. And again, same kind of thing. If it gets up into this range here or this area here, I'm going to unload that. Now, I do have short signals out there. One of them is Solana. Solana, I'm in from about $25.50 on the short side. That's in the money a little bit here. And there's just so many resistance levels on Solana right up here. Avalanche, I put out as a sell short yesterday. And again, we're in the money slightly here off of this resistance area here. And then also Ethereum. I actually think that Ethereum very likely topped out when it topped this pivot here. And again, we're short on Ethereum, slightly in the money as well.
Meanwhile, a recent Finder's survey of crypto and fintech experts suggests that other market experts have similar predictions with Gareth Soloway. Last week, Finder.com released the data from a survey with 56 crypto and fintech experts. According to the report, these experts expect Bitcoin to peak at $29,095, just shy of $30,000, but never quite breaking that major resistance level in 2023. They also predict that the leading asset will drop lower and end the year at approximately $26,844. The experts also pegged the asset's lowest price in 2023 at $13,067. The consensus is that the uncertainties surrounding centralized cryptocurrencies and the chaotic economic environment will negatively impact Bitcoin's price in 2023. However, they expect all that to change in 2024 when more people will discover the importance of Bitcoin's scarcity after the next halving event. The experts were more generous on Ether, which they expect to peak at $2,474 per token and end the year at $2,184. Let us know what you think about the report in the comment section below while we bring you more insightful parts of Gareth Soloway's interview. Here is the technical analyst's prediction for Bitcoin, Tesla, crude oil, and the S&P 500.
Yeah, so ApeCoin, I mean, to me, it looks like it's it looks like right over here. In fact, it looks like we can go from right over here and draw this trend line, right?
Yeah.
And look at where we are right now. So we're right into that level. So is it building a bull flag? That's the question, right? Is you don't want to see it pull back too much because it would negate the bull flag. Right now, there's a possibility of that. My only concern here is that there's been this reemergence of this kind of, crazy, maniacal kind of buy everything mentality, right? Yeah. If you look at charts like Bed Bath Beyond, right? Bed Bath Beyond, look at the run it's had. It went from $1 and change to $6. If you look at AMC, GameStop, Tesla, I mean, Tesla's had a huge run up until today's sell-off of 75%. So my worry is that when you look at something like an ApeCoin, are you seeing that kind of craze of everyone just rushing in, and then does it last, right? So, and this is one of the things that I was talking to my traders about today, is that you can't look like the retail crowd wants to believe that this is 2021 again, and it's going to be everything just going up and up and up and up. But you have to remember, things are different. You have a bear market. You have the Fed interest rates at 5%. The Fed is sucking liquidity. So you don't have the same makings. The government's not sending checks. Like in the US, they were sending checks out to us. So there's a lot of differences between now and then. So you can't expect the same result in something like a Tesla or an ApeCoin. Yeah, so Tesla hit some resistance on Friday, which again, it ran up so much, it was due for a pullback. So that was kind of, what to be expected. Now, if it has one more run, the $200 level is going to be a big level right here, and these tops right here. A couple other things, I continue to be bullish on natural gas. I got bullish right around $3 on natural gas. It's a little bit below that now. Let me bring it up now here, but I continue to really like this chart. It's just so oversold. You have a mass exodus, right? So basically, when we were trading north of $8 to $10 per cubic foot, or whatever they measure a natural gas in, you basically had a scenario where every institution thought this was a no-brainer trade. Everyone thought, oh, Europe's going to be in so much trouble, everything like that. And now you're seeing the unwind of that. And that's why this is this oversold. But you are starting to come into some major support right down here, right? All of this consolidation, and you're basically right in that vicinity. So I think this is due for a technical bounce. It's not a long-term investment, but 20, 30% bounce in natural gas to me is a no-brainer.
Think it's going to fill that gap?
Yeah, I don't know about the gap. Would be amazing. I mean, if we rallied that much, that would be tremendous. I would even be happy for just a trade back here to around 360, this pivot low right here. So the big question I have, right, is and this is what everyone's been asking, is this a new bullish move in the market? Is there a new bull market on the S&P 500? I personally don't think so. And then the reason why it's not proven yet, and remember, everything we do is chart related, is that so far you have the high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We haven't made a higher high yet. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a beautiful bear market rally, but it hasn't taken out this pivot high here to tell us that it's anything other than that. And maybe it will on the Fed. We don't know. Maybe later this week it will. Or does it start to roll over? And I eventually think the S&P is coming down to this level down here, and eventually the long-term trend down here. And remember, markets work, and there's some sort of synergy. There's kind of like an equilibrium where when we're above trend for so long, and you can see that above trend, as long as the Fed was printing money, we were always above trend. It makes sense, in the very least, we have to come back to trend, right? And the trend is right here. I think there's very little downside on the dollar left here in the near term. And I think we're due for a bounce on the dollar, which also, as we know, is a negative for risk assets, right? It's a negative for the stock market. It might be a negative for crypto as well. So it also gives that basis for why I'm starting to nibble on some shorts in the crypto market as well as the stock market.
What are your thoughts on Gareth Soloway's interview? When do you think Bitcoin will begin a new bull run and make new all-time highs? Please drop your replies in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out our other videos from Gareth Soloway and other top market participants. Thanks for watching.